Alright, I haven't really filmed much today, but figured I'd give kind of like a little monologue. Travel day, super easy. Left Denver at like 10, got here at like 11. I'm at the homestay right now. This is like their guest kind of house. It's like attached to their garage. Really nice people. We're about to go to the local tri clubs hosting a kind of a pasta dinner. And then, yeah, back here, straight to sleep. Really tired right now. Just rode to the expo to pick up my packet, which went really well. A little tricky navigating, and then coming home, it got really dark really quickly, and they don't have very many street lights out here, so that was a little sketchy. That was a little sketchy at some points, but made it home safe. Awesome. So, shower, pasta. I'm gonna try. I didn't really film much today, so I'll try to film maybe some of the dinner, and then tomorrow is the day before the race. We'll kind of see how it all plans out. Hopefully I remember to film more. Alright, talk to you later. Okay, day before the race, we're at the local YMCA. It's an awesome pool. We got the 50-meter one set up for us right now. So far it's gonna be a pretty relaxed day. I'm gonna swim 2K right now, just kind of feel the water, and then I'm just gonna go straight from here to drop off my wetsuit and my bike, hang out for a couple hours, and then we have the pro meeting at 3 o'clock. So that's kind of so far the plan for the day. But yeah, let's get this swim done. Okay, swim done. Awesome. We're gonna head right now. We're gonna go drop off my wetsuit and my bike, get that over with, and I think we're gonna go smash some Chipotle afterwards. All right, let's do it. You are just a monster. Look at that. I love his coat.
Isn't that crazy?
I love that. Yeah, orange.
He's a Brendel.
Oh, so he's a purebred.
Purebred.
I've never. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I've never.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
A great color, isn't it though?
Well, that's I feel like.
Amazing. So when he was born, he and 3 of his litter mates came out Brendel. The rest were black and tan. So we had him DNA tested, and it's like purebred Rottweilers.
Wow.
Whoa.
Comes.
All right, we're dropping off the bike in transition right now. I'm trying desperately to walk with it correctly. We have to go and soak the wetsuit for like 30 seconds in chlorine, which is what we're on our way to go do right now. And then, yeah, so we're gonna get this done. The views here are just epic. I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but absolutely amazing. The only pro to bring their bike, well, I guess Chelsea something, the girl who's on the BMC team. It's the night before the race. Kind of wanted to do some pre-race kind of feelings. There's kind of a lot of them. Honestly, you know, it's my first race back after this injury, and everything just feels kind of different. I feel really unknown about everything that's going to happen tomorrow. I feel really uncertain. I'm trying my hardest to just kind of keep an open mindset and just be curious as to where everything is and just limit expectations, but it's a hard mindset to do, and it's a hard mindset to really believe in and believe that you have. You know, sometimes I feel like as much as I want to just go into this race just being curious, you know, I'm just kind of faking that, and I'd have this kind of pressure on myself to get a result, which is just how I kind of feel, I guess. But it's shaping up to be a great race day, though. I mean, we have 40 professional men, you know, kind of headlined by Lionel Sanders. We have like Joe Gamble really kind of headlining the field that, you know, are going to make this race incredibly quick. And it's just going to be a hard fought day tomorrow, but the weather's perfect. It's going to be basically 60 degrees all day. The water temp's not that bad. I think it's like 57, 60, which is perfectly fine. I can handle that, no problem. So I really want tomorrow just to go smoothly. I won't have power or cadence. My SRM stopped connecting to my Garmin a couple weeks ago and I sent it in, and honestly they never even tried to fix it. Eventually, like after I called them 20 times, they put a new one on there and then sent it back to me, and it's still not connecting to my Garmin or my Wahoo. So I'm not going to have power or cadence tomorrow, which will be a new thing for me. Honestly, the last time I raced without power was probably like the first year racing triathlon ever. Maybe like, I think I probably got power meter after 2 years of racing. So this is going to be interesting. So I'm going to just try and, my hardest, especially with that, to just like ignore it and just focus on the body and focus on what's around me. It's mainly going to suck for after the race because we're not going to have any data to figure out. Hopefully we'll get that all sorted though. What else is going on? I don't know. I have an awesome homestay. The guy he really is going above and beyond to make sure that everything is just going smoothly for me. And it's kind of awkward because you feel bad almost. This guy's literally like, his whole day is just dedicated to making sure he can drive me to where I need to be any point in time and just waiting for me to need a ride somewhere else. Which is just fantastic. To have that support from someone I've never met is just beautiful. So, alright, I'm going to shower and head to bed. I didn't film that much today. I really hope to film more, but honestly, the next time I check in with you will probably be right after the race, and let's just hope it goes well. Okay, post-race report. So this is a hard race to do a race report on because there's a lot of context. Just to kind of like broad stroke that, basically last weekend in July, as you know, I fell and broke both my elbows and my scaphoid, and I couldn't train anything for about 6 weeks, and then I was able to start biking, and then I couldn't swim or run though until the 1st of October. So going into this race with only 2 months of training, my coach and I were kind of like, just when we got back to training, my coach and I decided that we needed to prioritize. So we needed to kind of just go over like what is the priorities. How can we make the best use of our time here training? And the decision was that the swim is definitely the priority, followed by the bike. And because of that, we kind of said, screw it to the run. So going into this race, I think I've averaged, honestly, like 10 miles a week for the last 6 weeks, maybe. And then I think we averaged it was significantly over 200. I think it was, not significantly, it was probably like 210 for the last, starting September 1st, I could start cycling. And basically, so from mid-September all the way till last week, I rode over 200 miles every week. Like that was just the mileage we were putting in. And today, so I guess this might be fun. So I'm gonna go through the race with the tracker and just kind of slightly break down kind of each segment. Well, I might skip a couple. There's a lot of segments actually, especially on the run. So the swim, because my swim fitness just hadn't quite come back. Like we got some good yardage in, mileage in, kilometers in, but the fitness wasn't quite there where I could just put my head down and sprint out of the gate. And then, because I feel like most triathlons, a lot of people just put their head down and sprint, and then wherever they end up, they end up. I definitely can't do that because the sprint would just kill me and I wouldn't be able to recover from it. So I earmarked a couple pros where and I do this a lot, and it really works for me, where if I just go, all right, I know this guy is a little bit better swimmer than I am, all I'm going to do is just focus on staying on their hip. So Andrew Yoder was the guy that I had earmarked, and then perfectly I lined up really far left, and I breathed right, so it allows me to kind of see everything. And he lined up on my left, which is a great place, because one, I knew he was quicker than me, so he had to come over and around, which is just really... So that went really well. The problem is, no offense to Andrew, his navigation skills in the swim, let's say they just need a little bit of work. So that was I had to focus, but I was really happy. I was able to stay with him. Got out of the water, nailed my, okay, so I got out of the water, onto T1. I felt really fine getting out of the water. Some people were cold or whatever. I blitzed T1, passed Yoder, passed someone else who had a really slow T1. And then on the bike, so the first bike segment, so a lot happened in the first 5 miles. Getting on the bike, Andre, I think is his name. It's a Brazilian lad, Andre, whatever. The Brazilian guy had been number 7, and a couple other guys were like 20 seconds up on me leaving T2, and this course is really, really, really fast. So even a 20-second gap is a lot to make up because you're going at such a fast speed. So I really put the power down to bridge that, and I caught them maybe like a mile in. And then this was kind of the crucial point of the race where if I look back, this is where I would say this is where I should have been better. I was riding a group of them, and it was some guy on the pseudo team, Andreu and me, and then Yoder was behind me. And I don't personally know Lionel Sanders. I'm going to go on a limb here and say he's not smart. At like mile 5, there's all the corners are 90-degree turns, and all of them have gravel on the inside. For some reason, he caught us like within 100 meters of that turn. He then proceeded to pass everyone, but only got to the middle of the group, and you have to pass the whole group because we were riding the correct distance. So then, I think it was next to Andre where they had to, he tried to cut in, which he shouldn't do, and Andre already had the race line. And it was just this really sketchy moment. He really should have sat on the group, waited for the corner to go by, and then gone to the front, because it was pretty sketchy. So after he went to the front, he opened a gap pretty quickly, and then the shuffle kind of happened where guys wanted to go with him. So Yoder came around, shut the gap to him, and then that was the moment where I should have, when Yoder went around, I should have jumped on Yoder's wheel and gone to the front with him. Not jumped on his wheel, but stayed the stagger and made the passes. So it would have been Sanders, Yoder, and me. Instead, what I did is I let Yoder go to the front, or go behind Sanders. It was then the pseudo guy, Andreu, me. And then what happened is, Sanders and Yoder were really hammering it. So the pseudo guy just kind of slowly was, the gap was just growing a little bit more, and a little bit more, and a little bit more. And then what happened is, Andre, who's behind him, got a little antsy, went around. I was able to so then I was second wheel behind him, and then the same thing happened where the gap just grew a little bit. Like, he tried really hard to close it, which is a big effort to close a gap on Sanders. I mean, he's putting out big power already. So Andrew closed it, and then slowly, the gap just started to go back out. And that's another one where I should have, right as I saw the gap was going back out, I should have gone around and jumped on Yoder's wheel again. But so those were the two crucial moments of the race where I feel like I didn't play it correctly. I should have done whatever it took to stay on Yoder's wheel, because inevitably Sanders did drop him, but he's still a very fast cyclist, and riding with him would have been very good for me. So that's the point where I would kind of, so that's all that happened in the first time segment, and then basically nothing happened till, we just kind of rode in a group. I think Ben Deal, he bridged to us, which is impressive because we were not going slowly. And then, let's see here. Okay, so right around mile 38, you turn into this racetrack. And you turn in there, and it's, a racetrack has these long kind of corners, and they're slightly banked. And just because I think, I would like to say just because I hadn't really spent that much time on my TT bike outside, thanks to SRM making me send my power meter in for absolutely no reason, and losing my bike for 3 weeks, I could not for the life of me pick a good race line and stick and hold the line. So that entire twisty turny section, which was probably like 3 miles, every corner I would let a gap open and then have to close it. And it was horrible. I mean, I stick with the group, but I had to put out so much effort just to catch back on after every single corner. So that was not good. Coming out of that, we were able to catch this big group that had Kevin Collington, Andreas Schilling, and a couple others. So we caught them leaving that, which was good. And then we were only about 10 miles to go, so we just kind of rode it in. Nothing really happened. I think Kevin took a piss while we were riding off the bike. So I ended up getting off the bike in 10th. That's kind of where, and that's where I was just kind of like, all right, we just have to be honest about it. Like, I'm not about, running 10 miles a week is definitely not enough. And so I just kind of was like, I'm going to run the best I can. I'm going to try to pace this out, stay consistent. And it sucked. It really sucked. I mean, getting off the bike that high up, I was passed a lot, which sucks. I ran, just say the number, I think I ran 135, which is horrible. I should be running better, but we weren't expecting that. We knew the sacrifice going into this race. We sacrificed the run because long term we needed to get the swim and the bike back to where they were. But overall, it was a really strong field, and I'm considering this is the first race back post-injury. I think that overall I should be very happy. I think this was one of the best case scenarios, especially with the swim and the bike, just kind of confirming the work that we've done. Obviously there's some things that need to be worked on, not just, physically. I need to kind of sharpen up the mind and be a little bit more, just be more present, be aware of the situations, and be willing to kind of snap and go with them when I should. I'm racing Challenge Daytona next weekend, which is, it's a weird race. It's not S70.3, it's kind of like a weird distance under that, but it's not an Olympic either.